Hello beautiful people and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, it's great to have you. If you're returning, it's good to see you again. In today's video, you'll receive my channel message plus a page from the Daily Angel Guidance book and also a healing card from the Universal Love Oracle deck. Please note that this is a collective group message, meaning this may not align with you today, and that is simply okay. Come back tomorrow where it may resonate more with what you need to know. Criticism or constructive criticism versus feedback. How do they feel when someone says, oh, I've got some constructive criticism to offer you, as opposed to feedback? For me, when I hear the word criticism, it just feels like I'm going to be attacked. It's judgment of self. Even if it's constructive criticism, it still makes me feel the same way. And it's not surprising when you look at the definition or the meaning of the word criticism, right? Now, when someone says, I'd love to give you some feedback, I just feel so open to receiving it, because whatever they're going to share gives me it may give me opportunity to learn and grow, right? So just shifting that one word criticism to feedback can make someone stay open for what you've got to share with them. Isn't that amazing how just a shift of a word can either close someone up because it can make them feel anxious, nervous. What are they going to say? What have I done wrong? That's, for so many people, that's their automatic thought when they hear the word criticism or constructive criticism, that they go into self and go, well, what have I done wrong? Oh no. And they can panic, right? Become nervous, even to the point they can become so overwhelmed, which causes into an anxiety. And I've heard of people say they've had an anxiety attack just because someone said, come to my office and I've got, I want to give you some constructive criticism. So imagine if you chose to delete that word. I have deleted the word criticism and constructive criticism because for me, especially even more so when you really understand or are aware of the meaning behind the word criticism, I don't like it. So I don't feel I have that right to make someone feel judged. And when you look at the meaning, that's pretty much what you're doing, right? Anyway, feedback is more about giving them information on their task, or it could have been a suggestion that someone has said and you're giving your feedback on what they've suggested, an idea. Yeah, it's information. All right, so let's get into the message, criticism versus feedback. Whether it's criticism, constructive criticism, both don't feel like anything about to be shared is going to feel comfortable, right? Yep. Not surprising really when criticism, the definition and the meaning of criticism is the expression of disapproval of someone or something on the basis of perceived faults or mistakes. So basically, someone is giving you their opinion on and they're absolutely disapproving even. So that's judgment. When someone gives you constructive criticism, they're actually judging you. No wonder it makes us feel anxious, overwhelmed. It really can impact our emotional state. I went, of course. That's how I feel. When I even hear the word criticism, I feel it uncomfortable. When I hear the word feedback, it's like I stay open. It's like, yeah, I want to learn. So some of you may not have even been aware of exactly the meaning of the word criticism. Yay? Now, if we have fear of judgment, which I've done a video a couple of days ago about that. Now, we all have it. I just believe it's one of our human traits. Yeah, it's ingrained in us. Isn't no wonder when we hear the word criticism, or we're going to receive, or can I give you some constructive criticism, it emotionally impacts us before we even receive the criticism. How many times has your thoughts gone, shit, what have I done wrong? What are they going to say to me? Oh my gosh, am I going to get yelled at? Oh my gosh. And you're already going into the consequences of an action you're not even sure what they're going to speak about. Isn't it amazing how this just goes into overdrive just because you receive the word criticism? It evokes the conscious mind, right, to create negative thoughts. It's creating up stories, even maybe writing a whole script, a theatre production that can cause you to feel nervous, anxious, worried, and whatever other negative emotion that you resonate with. Take a moment and really reflect back about a time where someone said, oh, I've got some constructive criticism for you, or some criticism, whatever it is. And before they even shared what they were going to share with you, your thoughts were already making up the worst case scenarios and creating fear of the consequence. How many times have you have experienced that? I know in the past I have a lot. So imagine if we can change that and we can embrace feedback and go, yeah, you know what? I'm open to that. Please give it to me, because that way I can learn, grow, and evolve. Because often we don't see what others see externally outside ourselves. I often don't see. And the reason why I don't see, because I'm not you, and you may be perceiving me as being harsh or judgmental. I want that feedback, because then I can really watch it again and go, yeah, Kat, you know what? You got to shift that. You got to change that. Don't speak like that. Don't use those words. You don't want anyone to feel judged. So can you see how feedback is a way to learn and grow? I don't take it personally. And when it can take you out of the picture, it makes it a lot easier. And I just love the word feedback. It just feels softer. And kinder. I don't know if that makes sense with you, but yeah, it's definitely something that I use as feedback. So how do you feel when you hear the word feedback? Does it feel positive and keeps you open and you're excited to hear what someone's got to share with you? Or is it as negative as what criticism is for you? I really would love to hear your feedback. So write in the comment if it feels different. Say the words to self: constructive criticism, feedback, and then feel when you say those words, yeah? Now, feedback, the definition or the meaning of feedback is information about a person's performance, ideas, tasks, etc., right? The most important thing is information about, so it's information, it's feedback, yeah? It's different of a task, an idea, they could be asking, yeah? Which is used as a basis for improvement, and I added to learn and grow, right? Rather than share someone has done something wrong, focus and share what they can improve. Isn't that much kinder? Because they don't need to know what they've done wrong. You don't even need to mention that if you're offering suggestions of way to do it differently. Yeah? They're going to know within themselves. And this is what happens, is we focus too much on what people do wrong rather than offer them opportunity to grow and learn from it and give them some support and guidance in that. So if you're a team leader, if you're a CEO, if you own a business, rather than having the habit of telling them you did this wrong, just say, you know what? How about you endeavour to do it this way, this way, this way. If they ask why, then you have opportunity to say, well, you know, the way it was done, it wasn't quite up to, we could improve productivity, we could, whatever the thing is, give them a reason, because then now they're asking you. Isn't that much kinder? There is a way to build such a rapport within the workspace environment. And that's why I go into businesses and create culture. I create this family environment because, you know what? and this is slightly digressing, it is all relevant to criticism versus feedback. As a business owner, I'm a business owner. Yes, I don't have a team. However, what in my working life, my professional life, I have run supermarkets, managers of supermarkets, had over 200 staff or team. I've had 200 team members that I've worked with. And that's fine tuning. And when you can build such a rapport and make them feel that they matter and that they are family rather than just an employee, you are going to get far more productivity, care factor from that particular team member. And let me say, I just want to say one thing. If you are a business owner, and you come from the perspective that you believe your team are lucky to have a job, I'm going to flip it for a moment and say to you, without your team, you don't have a business. So it is absolutely in your best interest to show them how much they matter and build this beautiful culture. Because guess what? You build a culture, you reduce turnover. You reduce team turnover. It costs money to train them. It costs money to do all of that. So why wouldn't you value the team that you have? And if you don't have the right bums on the right seats within your business, who hired them? Who gave them the job in the first place? Ask yourself that question. So then maybe the person who is hiring is missing one big key element. I used to hire people not over intellect. It wasn't about what they knew. It was their attitude, not their aptitude. Because you can teach people, you can show people anything. What you cannot do is instill attitude. They are who they are. And I just wanted to share, I don't know why I have digressed, so I do apologize, but it was guiding me to share that it's so important. And this may sound harsh, but I would take note of the way people walked, because my philosophy was this: if you walk slow, you work slow. Because I guess, and that comes from me, when I was in that environment, everywhere I went, I was basically running. It was like I was on a mission. I had lots to do and productivity, and I got so much done. And yes, it's not expecting people, but there is this definite attitude when someone is walking slow and they're this, like, what is their attitude? Where is their head? And sometimes you do have that ability to shift people. But feedback is a beautiful gift that you can give, not only in your personal life, but in your professional life. People want to know how they're doing. The problem is we're out of balance. Where, society, and, probably myself included, we're very quick to give the negative. Very quick to go, you did this wrong, this wrong, this wrong. How many times do we go absolutely and celebrate that person and say, you know what, you did a bloody good job, thank you? I feel there's, with some businesses and some people in their private life, personal life, there's this unbalance. So maybe ask yourself, is there balance? Or would you say you're a little bit unbalanced regarding criticism, feedback and celebrations? It's really important. And maybe if there's a particular person, they're feeling that all you ever say to them, and that's not, I'm using that word because that's what they feel, is negative. They don't get any positive praise or affirmation or celebration from you. So really be mindful if you have someone in your proximity that may be very sensitive to when you're giving, whether it be feedback, if that's what you use, or constructive criticism. Ask yourself why. Are you celebrating them just as much? I really digress there. So I don't know, it's just, it comes in sometimes and I'm going, okay, I'll go with it. Criticism or feedback feels massively different to whom is going to receive it. Yeah, when you say I've got criticism or I've got some constructive criticism or feedback, for that person that is going to receive that, it feels very different. Take a moment and ask yourself, once again, criticism is disapproval. It can leave someone feeling judged. Yeah? Feedback is learning, it's providing information for growth. Yeah? Delete constructive criticism or criticism and use the word feedback only from now moving forward. There are so many words in my vocabulary that I've deleted because I just don't like them. I don't like the feeling of them, and it's really important. And when I share something with someone, I want them to feel warm. And that's why I don't use the word tell. I use the word share. It sounds softer. It sounds inviting. It's a way to connect with people. Words that you use can absolutely assist you to connect with someone. And it is so important when you're giving feedback. So take the time and maybe become just a little bit more mindful of what words you're using when you're giving feedback. Are you really giving them opportunity to learn and grow, or is it all just negative? All right, let's go to the book. What does the book have for us today? And I dropped it, so please excuse. Let go. All right, straight off the bat, this is about some of you that of late, really recently, have received some, I'm going to use constructive criticism, and it's really impacted you. You've taken it on board personally, and not surprising, and maybe the way it was delivered was unkind. Maybe the words used really are impacting you. So it is time to let it go. Take what you need. Ask yourself, is there anything out of what they shared that I can actually learn, implement, and grow from, right? So just take that and then go, you know what? They do not know how to deliver feedback. Clearly, it wasn't about me. I'm going to take on board the certain things, and absolutely I can implement and improve, maybe grow, whatever, and then let it go. Because the more you take it on board and make it all about you and that they hate you or they think you're this or they think you're that, that is going to hold you back. And guess what? If that's the case, you're more than likely only going to receive more of that same yuck, uncomfortable information. Is that what you choose? No. Let it go. Take what you can out of that information and go, yeah, you know what? I'm going to implement that. Yeah, and I absolutely can improve in that area. I could be more productive, whatever. When you're honest with yourself, it's a way to grow. There's clearly maybe some truth in it, maybe there's not. You decide. It's up to you what you take on board. Throw the rest away. Let it go. You know the Frozen song? That's what I'm hearing. A girlfriend keeps singing it. And Becky will know, and she sings Let It Go. So absolutely, maybe play that song as you do process and let it go. And I'm bringing a bit of fun into it. And maybe it will assist you to shift it if you're laughing at it as you sing to the Frozen song. I don't know why that's come up, but, well, it's got Let It Go. So maybe that's why. Okay. Let's take a deep breath and close our eyes as we really recenter ourselves to absorb the words from this message. And you know, the last couple of days, as soon as I go to say that, I start to yawn. I don't know whether it's because I'm speaking so fast and clearly not getting enough air to my brain, enough oxygen in, so my breathing needs to really improve. Okay, let's go. There's no need to struggle with anything. The solution to any seeming problem, indeed. Everything you desire flows gracefully. Struggle is based on fear, which sends up jagged energy points that creates barriers in the flow, like a river that suddenly has to go over sharp rocks. That's one reason why worry slows down your manifestations. When you let go of your concerns and give them to divine, things can come smoothly and quickly to you once again. Today, let go of all issues and make you feel tense, right? Or anxious, overwhelmed, whatever it is. You can do this by writing them down in a listed address to divine or to self, or just write them down. And us angels are asking us, oh, hang on, I'm going to read this again. Address to divine and us angels and asking us to help you release them. That doesn't make sense to me, however. Your simple willingness to do this brings great benefits. Now, for some of you that may be aware, a lot of holistic or spiritual people, they will write whatever they want to release or let go of on paper, scrunch them up on a full moon and then burn them, right? Full moon's generally around anywhere from the 15th to the 17th, generally around about every month. I could be wrong. Anyway, and that is a way of almost releasing them because you're burning them and sending them off. If that is not your thing, that is okay. That's just an option I wanted to offer for some of you because you may just want to be able to go, you know what, I'm going to write all this crap out, get it out of my head, which is great, and put it on paper and then scrunch it up when the day comes, or you can put it in an envelope so you can burn it, whatever you choose, or rip it up and throw it out. But that is a wonderful little, what would you call it? I can't even think of the name, it's escaped me. Ritual, there we go. It's a nice little ritual to do maybe on a monthly basis, that you can just release the things that have really been bothering you because they're out of your conscious, they're out of your head. They're now on paper, which really can assist you to shift stuff much faster. So thought for today, I asked divine and the angels for assistance with everything, instead of struggling or worrying, right? Now, if angels and divine does not resonate with you, then I'm going to go to the human form. There may be someone in your proximity, close proximity, that is, that you feel you're unconditionally loved, that you can actually share with, right? So if this doesn't resonate, I want to give you another option. I don't want those of you who are really analytical beings or not really holistic or spiritual to feel like you're missing out. This could be where, you know what, you just have a chat with someone else, the human form, okay? I talk to heaven, so it could be still about my fears. Now, it could be if you pray, it could be in a deep breathing session that you speak, you just actually talk about your fears, in a meditation even. There are different ways to do it. I will always find a way. So if you're not into the words within this with angels and stuff, write a comment and email me. Or you can message me on Facebook Messenger. There are plenty of ways to find me. I'm not hiding. I am very open. You can reach, everything is public for me, okay? So if you really want some other tools because you're not holistic or spiritual and these words are not resonating with you, don't shut down, reach out, okay? I am now willing to release my cares completely and receive peace in exchange. It really is, for those of you who may have recently received some criticism, constructive criticism, or even feedback and it was harshly delivered, that is really sitting in your conscious mind and you can't stop thinking about it and it's consuming your thoughts, right? It's time to write it out. And then actually write why the feedback or the criticism has impacted you so greatly. Identify why. What is it about that feedback that you received that's impacting you? Yeah? Because the clearer you can be and the more you understand yourself and why it's impacted you, it enables you to release it and let it go much faster. Because then you'll ask yourself another question. Well, if it's that, why does that impact me? And if then you get the answer and then go, okay, so why am I going to allow that to keep impacting me? It's all about you go down, and it's generally 7 layers to find your truth. Because I don't know is a cop-out. I don't know is an answer, and I say that with love, okay? It's not saying you don't, it's a cop-out. It is the conscious mind wanting you to give up, yeah? And it's not allowing you to go inward into the subconscious and really find it, like with the questions I'm asking. And I'm aware that some people don't know what questions to ask themselves in order to find the answer. I absolutely respect that. You don't know what you don't know. But on a lot of my videos, the questions are well and truly there. And maybe this is a PDF that I need to create. So if you're interested in it, write a comment and I will create this PDF. If I get no feedback, I'm not going to create a document for the sake of putting it on my computer. That's the exchange, the energy exchange. And I hope I remember it if someone asks. So really go down. Okay, Earth Connection. This is a beautiful card, and I love it because of the roots, the beautiful tree, and the heart. It really is important to, like with letting it go. This is basically saying for some of you that having that earth connection, it could be for some of you that you haven't taken enough time out for self, enough time out in nature. And maybe that's why these things are still consuming you. Yeah? Not enough time for self. And I'm absolutely with you on that boat. I am not taking enough time for self of late. Yeah? I still am fully aware and respect that there is an unbalance with me. And that's my truth. And more than likely, my energies come up in this card. Earth Connection. It's, wherever you are, take the opportunity, if it's cold but the sun is out, take the opportunity to get that bit of vitamin D. I was out today, and I'm going to go out after this video because the sun is shining, and I absolutely am aware I need some natural vitamin D. It's good for our soul, it's good for our skin, it's just good to get out in that fresh air. So that's what I get for each and every one of you. Maybe you've been too much sitting in an office desk looking at a screen. Maybe you've been inside like me because I haven't been well in the 4 walls, and it's like you've got nature right there, and I'm not even going out my backyard. When was the last time you took yourself for a little walk? Even if it's in your backyard. So that's really what I'm getting, and it's going to assist us to heal, to move past for some of you that have got some really not so kind criticism or feedback. This will assist you, yeah? Okay. Earth Connection, what has it got for us? I am finding the page, jeepers. Okay, let's close our eyes and take a breath. Take refuge in Mother Earth. Spend time in nature. Feel her healing energy. Allow her to nurture and heal your body, mind, and heart. Breathe her air. Feel her beneath your feet, supporting you. Feel her deep pounding of her heart. Your concerns soon dissolve and you gain a clearer perspective of your life or on your life. Let your heart and mind be filled with the unconditional love that surrounds you. Let it flow to every part of you that is in need of healing as you are nourished by her wise and loving heart. So it really is, for some of you, you are struggling at the moment, and it may not even be due to criticism and feedback. This is what I'm getting. You're just emotionally struggling right now. It may be time to take yourself out to nature, and what nature can often do is just allow you the space for clarity. It allows you to maybe switch this off a little bit or reduce its fullness and really identify what's going on with you. Why are you feeling the way you are? Ask yourself, I always say to people, the more you speak aloud to yourself, the faster you shift the busyness of the thoughts. I absolutely promote, and I am going to own, I speak to myself out loud a lot because it enables me to find that clarity. When I'm in my head and I'm thinking about stuff, it just tends to get all mumbled. But when I say it out loud, it's amazing how quickly I can find the answers. Every morning I just ask myself, how do you feel, Kat? And that's exactly how I say it. What I've just said here is what I do every morning. How do I feel? Yeah, I feel good. If, oh, no, there's something there, don't know what it is. Okay, so what happened yesterday? Because I do this daily. What happened yesterday? Who did you see? Who did you speak with? What clients did you have? I go through my whole day. Because it could be a phone call that I've had and someone has said something that at the time I didn't take note that it impacted me. Only for it to go straight to what I call the wicket keeper, sit in the subconscious, and it's like that stuff's still mulling. And then I find it and I go, okay, so why has that impacted you? I get the answer. Whatever it is. Oh, I don't agree with it. Say, for instance, I'm giving you examples. Okay, so why don't you agree with it? Da, 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 da. Whatever that answer is, then I ask another question until I get to the truth. I'll know when it's right because I cannot go any deeper because it feels it. It's like, there it is. That is my answer. I want to share with you whatever, and I know this is not relevant to the message, but it's relevant to this card. Whatever is going on with you emotionally right now, don't settle and say, I don't know why I feel this way. Question yourself. The answer is within you. All the answers we need in life are within us. We just have to take the time to tap into it. We just have to give it that energy and that focus and go, I'm not settling for feeling like this anymore. I want to find the answer. And that's why I always say, you matter. You matter. You are your most valuable asset. So invest in you every day. And it can be as simple as asking those questions as I've shared with you just now. Yeah? Criticism versus feedback. If you're one that uses the word criticism or constructive criticism, I hope after this video you've decided you're not going to use it anymore. You don't like the meaning of it, the definition of it. You don't like the feeling that it gives someone when they hear it. And you're going to shift it to feedback because it's positive. You're giving someone an opportunity to learn and grow, and they're going to stay open to hearing what you've got to share. So it's amazing how just a shift in one word and deleting another makes a massive impact to whoever is going to receive what you've got to say and what you've got to share. So I want to thank you for spending your time with me, as I absolutely respect your time is valuable. I hope that you've enjoyed today's video and that you've gained something little, even little, from what I shared with you today. Yeah? If you enjoyed the video, I would be so grateful if you would like the video, subscribe to my channel, and also click on the notifications bell so you'll be notified when I upload tomorrow's Cat's message of the day. And also, if you're interested in a PDF or if you're interested in further information on this, please leave a comment. And if you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment. Because as I've shared with you in other videos, my goal is to create a ripple effect. And the only way for me to do that and reach get the ripples to grow is through your support. And I would be so grateful for that. Yeah? I respect your time is valuable, so thank you for spending it with me today. So for today, take care.